Hey YouTube, I've had some of my friends tell me that they think a tractor is a waste of money on 1 acre of land. They don't see what I could use it for. Well, I bought it initially so that I didn't have to wheelbarrow stuff around the yard, and my plan is to put a front end loader on it. I just did this video up to show you some of the myriad uses that I have for this tiny tractor on 1 acre of land. It has become invaluable, and I'd be really sorry to be without it. I have lots of other plans of things to do with it as well, and I will do videos of them as time goes by. Let's have a look and see what tractor can be used for on 1 acre. And here you see I had to put some timber along the bottom of the fence to retain some of the dirt that gets washed out into the road every time it rains. And the tractor, along with the carryall, was able to act as a mobile table for me to work on. I mean, that's a simple thing, but other than that I would have to cut all the tools up there in a barrow and a table, set it up, do the work, and then cut it all back into the barrow. With the tractor, all I did was throw all the tools on the carryall, drive the tractor up there, adjust the carryall to a reasonable height to work on, and I was in business. Doesn't seem like much, but it does make life easier. As for the job itself, that was really simple. I just cut each length a little bit longer than the gap between the posts, and I cut a 45-degree mitre on each end so that that sat up against the post and stopped the wood from slipping through. Nice, simple, easy job. Made all that much easier by having a tractor to help me do it. I'm just making a little retainer, just one board wide, albeit a big board, they're 200mm by 75, I think. That's about 8 inches by 3 inch timber. It's treated with arsenic so it won't be attacked by the termites. It's supposed to be good for 10 years on the ground. When it eats through, we'll put another lot in. It's cheap enough, cheaper than the alternatives anyway. That was the job for this afternoon. And just go shaky cam here for a minute. Just got that one last one to fit in, and we've got a tree in the road there, so I'm contemplating chop the tree up. When I cut all the branches off the tree, I made sure that I left it high enough to get some leverage on it with the tractor so that I could pull it out by the roots. I thought that would be the best way to do it, and it would clear the ground for putting in the wood retainer. So I got out some heavy rope that I had and proceeded to put it around the top of the tree and attach it to the tractor, making sure that the rope was long enough that the arc the tree would fall on wouldn't land on the tractor. The ground in this area is pretty terrible. We don't have what you'd call topsoil in most places. We just have this layer of dirt, about 300mm, about a foot thick, over a layer of shale rock. So can't dig down very far. I figured the roots would be really shallow and this should pull out quite easily. However, the taproot did manage to go into something. I'm pretty sure it couldn't penetrate the shale, so I guess it just went straight across the footpath. It just needed a few swings with the mattock to chop through the taproot. And with the taproot severed, it was just a matter of dragging the tree down to the backyard. There was still a matter of cleaning up the branches, and naturally we just loaded all that onto the back of the carryall and used the tractor to cart that down into the backyard as well, and stuck it on the pile that was going to be burnt eventually once it all dried out. About a month after we did the front fence, we finally faced the fact that we needed another shed in the backyard, so we had to clear away a tree in the corner where we wanted to put it, and once again the tractor proved itself invaluable.
I've been cutting the tree down in the backyard. As you can see, it's quite a big one. It was about as high as that other one out the back there, but it's in the road where I want to put the new shed, so it had to come down. There's a wife talking to a friend. Made friends with the wife. She was very skittish for a while, but all of a sudden he decided she was alright and he wanted to get to know her, so he keeps coming to the fence to get a pat, and of course she doesn't mind giving him a pat. So yeah, they've become quite good friends now. They say hello nearly every day. But back to the tree. As I said, it looked pretty diseased from the outside. I don't know if you can see it there, but the bark on it had a lot of sap running over it. It looked as though it was in a bad way, and bark had big cracks in it. But looking in the centre, there's only that hole that the termites or worms or something had drilled through the centre of it. That's pretty standard for trees in this area. By and large, it wasn't in bad shape when it got cut down, but you know, it looked like it was about to fall of its own accord. Anyway, yep, that's most of it's been taken away there. I've put in 4 hours yesterday cutting it up, so that's what's left. Someone's enjoying driving the tractor. I don't get much of a go at it anymore. And that's what we've got left of the tree to move. We've gotten rid of all the big bits and all the really small bits. Now we've just got the middle-sized bits. We've got to move, load them onto the carry-all and get them up onto the wood heap. It's taken about 2 hours to move all that so far. Keep it going. Of course, you can't load the carry-all up with too much because the tractor can overbalance. Kate did a really good wheel stand on the first load, so we had to sit on the nose of the tractor to give it a bit more weight up front. Day 3, just cleaning up left to do now, picking up all the twigs and scraps that we left behind, giving the sawdust a bit of a rake into the ground. That's the wood pile on this side. That's the overflow that we couldn't fit up there. And that's the supply from the next couple of years. Having the tractor comes in handy for so many things around the yard. This is so much easier than wheelbarrowing things from one end of the yard to the other. And it's just the right size tractor for having an acre.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I just wanted to show you some of the things that we can use our tractor for, and we only have an acre, but it's a baby tractor and it's just the right size for us. The fact is, unfortunately, that we are getting older and we have to plan for a time when we won't be able to do everything we can now, and the tractor's part of that plan. We figure it will allow us to stay on the property for longer before we have to look at something smaller. Anyway, that's the story. It's only an acre, but there's a myriad of uses for a small tractor on an acre. You don't have to have a farm to make use of a compact tractor. It's been a brilliant buy. We use it, if not weekly, at least a couple of times a month. So if you're thinking of buying one and you only got a small block of land, you're not sure if you can use it, as you get older you'll find more and more use for it. You can see more of my videos by going to my channel or browsing to my website. Don't forget to click like, comment and subscribe. Until next time.